I have a gig in an hour, but the meat had like one more day before it went bad. If there's like mold next to it, but not mold on it, there's no mold in it. Oh, hey everyone, my name is Chucky and it has been a while since we have spoken to each other in this form. I have been eating well, as you can tell. And that's primarily because of the fact that I've been cooking well. I live alone, lots of things have changed. If you haven't been following me on Instagram or just in general, my life is very different from where it was when I last posted, but that's good. Onwards and upwards, and apparently sideways as well. Kind of long motherfucking story short, one of the things I loved doing the most on this channel back in the day was cooking, and that was during like lockdown peak breakdown. And then I was so happy to go outside, and now I'm very happy to be back inside. Not in a lockdown, please shut the fuck up. So, wrapping this shit up just to say, this video is gonna be us trying to create a pizza Maltese, right? For those who don't know what that is, it is a Maltese pizza, nice and fucking simple. The basic building blocks are exactly as they say on the tin. They're basic building blocks, right? You have a stunning pizza base, didn't need to hit myself there. You have a banging tomato sauce, you have slices of potato, and then the two key ingredients, which you obviously cannot buy in the UK, which if you've just joined after a long time, that's where I'm based. I'm now living in Scotland. Are Maltese sausage, or Zalzett Malta, or Zalzett Malti, or Zalzett Maltija, and train it. Today we are focusing on the Maltese sausage, Zalzett Malta, Zalzett Malti, because I have this contraption here in front of me, which was a Christmas gift from my kunyati, not the full machine, just this lovely extension over here, which allows us to make our own sausages and shit, which is exciting because I have pieced together a recipe from a bunch of recipes online. Now, my family does not have a Maltese sausage recipe, right? My grandmother has amazing recipes. Most of them lean a little sweet, and none of them have Maltese sausage in there. So I have pieced this together from online resources, just recipes and videos and all the shit I've seen. Full disclosure, I have made these ones before as an experiment, and the flavor profile was fucking perfect, bang on. Could not have been more correct for a first time. However, there were a few small mistakes I'm hoping to rectify in this video. For this recipe, we're gonna run through the ingredients. You are going to need 20 grams of coriander seeds, 20 grams of whole black pepper, tons of salt. I went for around 40 grams here. Pork, now ideally this is from like the shoulder or the butt, and ideally it's not wrapped in plastic, and you should be going to the butcher to get it. Sausage skins, which again should not be in plastic, but here we are. Garlic, and parsley. Now I know, again, this is in a packet. I wish it fucking wasn't. I couldn't find fresh parsley like to buy, and my parsley plant is not big enough just yet, so we're just dealing with this. I should probably be following a recipe, but I'm not, so this is going to be fun, because realistically all I need... Oh, also forgot to mention, I also have a small mirror over here by the side, just to make sure that my nipples don't fall out every now and again. It's a good check. So the process is simple. The first thing we're gonna do is cut this pork up into pieces and then just mush it through this fine machine. Now you can't see my station that clearly, so I'll just take a quick photo of how it's looking. There we go, and we'll pop it up. You'll see that I am not a crazy person, and I have a cutting board here. I also have a bowl where I can throw the pieces of pork in here before I dump them on here. I should have like mise en place more shit. That means like preparing your stuff like a professional. I've already weighed this stuff out, which for me is a huge step. I should probably have like pre-chopped it, but by the way, I should have clarified the reason we're in drag and the reason we're doing this today. I have an hour to do all of this because I have a gig in an hour, but the meat had like one more day before it went bad. So if we didn't get this done today, we'd be wasting. And if there's one thing I can't abide, I'd rather have pork stains all over my wig than throw away food. Just a bunch of strings that I'm chopping up and chopping away. So we have our lovely piece of meat. Now this piece of meat has very little fat in it, which is the opposite of what you want for both sausage making and Maltese food making. I'm gonna chop this up and then I'll talk to you in a second. I should really be filming myself chopping this. How am I gonna fucking do that? Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is, I need to sanitize my phone. There you go. We're filming. I don't even know if you're supposed to like do it in specific ways. I'm just chopping it because I want chunks. Now I know one of you will want that, but it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I move my hand. Don't get mad at me. I move my hand out of the way, okay? I just want it into chunks that will basically be more manageable when we're like shoving it through the machine. This is recording in 4K, so that you've gotten what you needed from that. Oh God. So now we have a lovely bunch of pork cubes, which you can just put a toothpick through and send out to your guests when they come over. However, if you want to be a bit fancier and not give people ringworm, earlier I told you there was a lack of fat, so we're fixing that. This is not anywhere on the internet. This is just me being dumb, okay? So don't copy this. No. This is just me figuring it out. I needed more fat. I had cooking bacon and it was super fatty, and I've been wondering what to do with all this excess fat. And you know what? It's the same fucking animal, so it's gonna go in as well. So I'm just gonna cut up this like extremely fatty bits of bacon, and we're gonna put those in. Long story short, we're gonna plug this machine in, put the mince through here, and go bsh, 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 and it's gonna come out of here. It's reversed. I need to remember that because it's against my arm. Contra idea, against my arm. Think of me fondly. Putting my hair at risk of touching all this like pork, and the more my hair touches this pork, the more people are gonna smell sausage on me tonight. Yeah, it's just a very complicated process of shoving meat down the hole. You probably can't hear shit at this point, so I can say anything. I think Ariana Grande's new song is not that good. I think she's just copying what she's seen other people do, like she's been doing for ages.
Goodbye, my almost lover.
Oh no! I broke my garlic plant by being a big fat fucking heifer leaning over the side. Oh well. So much for fresh garlic. We now have a shit ton of like ground pork, freshly ground pork. You can probably, now that I'm thinking about it, just buy a packet of pork mince, right? What we have to do now is we need to get all the stuff that's going to go inside our sausages and get that all sorted and ready to go. And one of the first things you're gonna need, of course, is pepper and coriander. Those are the two base flavors. Now, the biggest mistake I made in the last one is my peppercorn was not properly crushed. I thought the machine would have a really good time of going and crushing it all up. It fucking doesn't, right? So I'm just gonna grab, I have this little like blitzer. So we're gonna see how that works. We'll just put a few. We'll just put a few in. That's half.
2 shots of vodka.
Now I know what's happened. This is exactly what happened the last time I did it, and I used this tiny thing and it didn't do what it needed to do. I don't wanna, but we're going old school, right? We're going pestle and mortar. We're gonna crush this shite. It's a fucking hassle. Then just very like. Right, we're back. I'm sweatier than before because I now have around 50 grams of like crushed everything in here. It's a combination of pepper and coriander seeds. I'm less fussy with crushing the coriander seeds because I kind of don't mind the crunch they give. It's just when you bite into like pepper, it's just all you taste, so it's not so great. So I've crushed both of them, mixed them nicely. The house already smells exactly like sausage and...
Don't do it.
Anyway, we're moving on to the last two things we need to put in. Well, 3 things. There's a bunch of salt. We are basically salt curing this. It's like super important. Back in the day, they used to put way more salt because they wouldn't really cook them. They just like leave them out and they would salt cure, and then you'd like squeeze them onto your bread or whatever. That was how it was done then. I am not a fan of eating, no, that's a lie. I love eating Maltese sausage raw, but when I make it myself after seeing the like raw pork, the idea of eating the raw pork is not for me. So there's a lot of salt in here because it salt cures. We have 2 last ingredients. We have parsley, and you're supposed to put like tablespoons of parsley, like 2 or 3 tablespoons. I don't fucking know how much that is, so I just go by eye. I put the parsley out and I give it a good chop, 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 chop. I'll just show you this idea. Oh, chopped parsley, just as you remember it looked. Final thing we now have left to add is garlic, and as you can see here, I have a lovely individually fucking packaged head of garlic. Just the one, not even 3 like normal, or 4 or 5 like you get. It's just the one, and this motherfucker cost me 70 pence, right? That is €1 whole for a single garlic clove, which is why I was so sad when I crushed that one there, because I was convinced I was gonna have fresh garlic forever. Proportionally, for the amount I have here, you're probably supposed to do like 2, maybe 3 cloves. I love garlic, right? I love garlic. Right, we're gonna get like, if it says like 3, I'll just add some. Ooh, this one's, I can't believe it's bad. 70 fucking p. Right, I'm gonna adopt the father mentality that if there is like mold next to it but not mold on it, there's no mold in it. Doesn't smell bad, so as long as it was just a weird fucking one, I don't care. So as I said earlier, proportionally you're supposed to have like 2, maybe 2.5 cloves of garlic for this thing. I have gone with 5.5. I love, and because I've already dirtied this, I am living in hope that it works with garlic, so I'm gonna pop my garlic in here. Good news, it works with garlic, so there is that. Put that in with the parsley and the mince, which we already have. Wow. Thumbnail. The thing about this is I really want to taste it to make sure there's enough salt, but obviously I'm not going to be eating raw pork because I'm not a fucking idiot. I've got myself another bowl as well because the sausages, they start coming and they don't stop coming, right? So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to like take a length of this. You're supposed to, ooh, fucking killed me. And then you have to like a fucking sex ed condom lesson. There we go. You're supposed to thread it over the thing. How's that for ASMR? And then I'm just gonna cut somewhere around here and just tie this end off as best as I can. Long story short, this is just gonna pump sausages out. I'm gonna tilt you down slightly because otherwise there's no fucking point to us doing it. We're just gonna keep the same process as before. We're gonna pump this into here bit by bit. Anyone who is currently watching me, not on YouTube, I mean like in heaven, and you would like to offer your guidance, now would be an ideal time for that, because I have already spilt so much pork on the floor. One of those days. So we're gonna grab our this, and we're gonna pray. We're gonna turn this on, and once it goes, it goes. So good luck to me. Oh, there she comes. So now at the beginning, I know you can't hear me. At the beginning, I kind of just hold her in place so that the sausage can kind of push through and fill up. And then, just, as horrible as it looks, that's what it is. Because I didn't pre-soak the material, I stop it myself and I do a twist myself here, because it's not malleable enough to twist while after it's all been pumped out. So you're supposed to pump out a massive long line and then you're supposed to twist it. But because I didn't pre-soak it, you can't do that. Right, that was annoying, and this might be overloaded, but at least like this, I can just keep the good times coming. So I am just gonna repeat this process and just keep shoving and keep sausage and keep twisting. Now I'm not gonna lie, it's all gone, and I have literally no sausage casing left. Just enough to like do this weird pumping. So I'm gonna turn this machine off, and I literally have that much. I fucking smashed this. So now I'm just gonna twist off the ends as well. Just give them a good so it doesn't leak. Now listen, I'm not opening my butcher shop just yet because they're completely uneven. I need the shot so I can end this fucking video. But yeah, you can see them up close. They look like fucking Maltese sausages. Listen, I think if you told me you bought these from a Maltese butcher, I'd believe you, right? So those are going back in the bowl because they're going straight in the fridge. I don't have time to twist them properly. But yes, here we go. We'll do this as well. My name has been Chucky Bartolo. It has been a pleasure to be back on your viewing screens and devices. Leave a comment down below and I will see you very, very soon. Bye! Death. The good thing is, there is a secret sausage that always gets trapped. Secret sausage.